Yeah. Let's say, yo, where you from, Gula? New York, Jersey? No, you from Philly, somewhere like that, right? Hey. They're like, where you from? Yeah. I'm from VA, hey, baby, I'm from VA, VA. Two up, two down, two up, two down. Lyrics get up in ya. That's how we do in Virginia. I'm from VA, VA, yeah, baby, I'm from VA, VA. Two up, two down, two up, two down. Tidewater, Nova, 804. Let's get a opinion, that's how we do in Virginia. We push that hello weight and then we flip that mega tender. Oh, you ain't remember the ball and thy agenda. Out of Tennessee, the taxes moving here, they reconsider. I customize that glass slipper, you putting dogs in the wrong shoe. Coming for that queen cone, that's something that you won't do. Oh, you think you wrong, boo? I got a song for you, but I'm a finesse this VA anthem because we coming through. VA, VA, hey, baby, I'm from VA. VA, two up, two down, two up, two down. Lyrics get up in ya. That's how we do it, Virginia. I'm from VA, VA, yeah, baby, I'm from VA, VA. Two up, two down, two up, two down. Tidewater, Nova, 804. I was born in the Commonwealth, so I'm smarter than most. We have so many great colleges, it's so easy to boast. Hey, BUU, BSU, HU. Yes, you stand up, baby. I ain't up on the damn block, but I'm a rep that know you. And yes, I'm a alumni. I got that lion in my heart, so baby boy, don't try. Common sense, street smart, sexy spitter. That part I picked the complete. I got one longer than Whole Street. Of myself 11, I was in 757. That took advantage of the fact I was in Tidewater heaven. Open mics, showcases, dope places, all around. Cadillacs, Queensway, shockers, they coming down. So it's a must, I gotta wear the crown. I'll be the goat before I put the mic down. VA raised me from a baby, no bluster on my tongue. They don't with that one that done. I'm from VA, VA. Yeah, baby, I'm from VA, VA. You can't deny that too up. Perfect! Hey, 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 hey! I'm from VA, VA. I'm from VA, VA. You can't deny my two up. I told you. You can't deny that two up, two down, two up, two down. That's how we do in Virginia. You can't deny that two up, two up. Hey. Even though she left out the 434, which is where I'm really from, I still rock with the song. And shout out to people out there in the 540, baby. 1 minute countdown, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute countdown. Y'all already know for the 1 minute countdown, y'all get ready to rock with me to my theme song. Let's get ready because y'all in for a treat. TREAT. Dang, I'm tripping this morning, huh? Y'all already know what time it is. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Step up in the club, I got the heels up on my feet. You better watch my rap and down while I'm jugging on the beat. The swag I got was killing it. You got up in the streets and vocals do not mean a thing if you can't drop it on the beat. My name don't need no introduction. Just know that I am. Put some respect on it. You know while I'm in this. Hey, all
right, guys, and you already know what time it is. It's prime time with your girl Lily Mae, formerly known as Sanaj, and as always, today is going to be a great day. So, where we are right now is today is the ladies' edition, and so I have three fabulous entertainers with me. I mean, fabulous. And so, before we even get started, I want to say I honor, I salute ladies in the game. I think that we've come a long way in the industry. We've come a long way. And when I say industry, guys, I'm not just talking about music. I'm talking about acting. I'm talking about modeling. I'm talking about journalists. I mean, even fine arts. And so today's lineup, I present to you Miss China Monet, straight out of GA, not VA, but GA. Then we got Ty the CEO, and then Lady Smiles. And so I'm really excited. So as soon as China Monet reveals herself, we're gonna be ready to rock and roll. China Monet, you ready to get this roll on the show, baby? You ready, baby?
Yes, ma'am.
How
How you
are you,
doing?
baby?
Good. Good. Tired.
I know. Tell everybody who you are and what you're doing right now, the reason you're so tired.
Okay, I am China Monet, and I'm on the YSL Talent Search tour. Right now, we in Jacksonville, heading to Tampa.
Okay, and I see you done lost your voice a little bit, so what you might have to do is put your mic a little bit closer to you
Okay.
so we can hear you. And I hear the
Okay.
boss man in the background, he got to bring it down. So tell him you in this interview.
On the phone.
So China Monet, tell us who China Monet is in this independent industry.
Well, she is very sassy and, you know, very headstrong and about her business. You know what I'm saying? I don't take no for an answer.
Okay, all right. All right, so China Monet, like I told you, on prime time, we talk about the person, right?
Yeah.
So let's step away from China Monet. Who
Bet.
is the woman behind China Monet?
Shanera Monet Kendrick.
Oh, that's so pretty. And
Yeah.
so who is Chanel?
Shanera is a little shy girl who always was, wanted to be a part of things. Like, I always like to perform. I always like watching music. I always like just seeing people doing stuff. I like being creative. Like, I just like being involved. Like,
Oh,
yeah, I've been like when I was in third grade, I was a cheerleader. I started cheering, and eventually I got into college. I started stepping, and I always was shy, but I never was shy to perform. So.
wow. I know that's right, Stephen. So did you play it? Did you cross in college or anything like that?
I was I wanted to do I wanted to be a AKA, but we didn't have it,
Really?
so we
I
had
can
none.
see that. I can see that. I can see that. I can definitely see that. I got you. I got you. So China
Yeah,
Monet, how did you evolve into China Monet? I know Monet is your middle name, but how did you evolve into China?
yeah. Okay. What you say again?
I hear. I see what's going on in the background. Y'all onto it. Shout out, guys. China
Yeah.
Monet right now is on the tour bus. She is participating in the YSL tour, and she is one of the featured artists. And so she's getting instructions right now from someone right there. But it's all good. So, China Monet, how did you evolve into China Monet?
Um, I started um actually writing music in high school, and I got into the studio because my uncle had one, and he was working with an artist named Ray T in Tampa, and
Uh huh.
so I was like, I want to try to be an artist for it. So we did it. Me and my sister had a little group called CNC, so it's China and Nini and Coco. So
Oh,
yeah, we really started doing it. We made like 6 songs or whatever, and my uncle got mad by something, so he kicked us out of the studio. So I really just stopped doing it for a minute, but I got back into it in like 2014 because I moved back to Georgia and just really started going from there, creating my sound and my image. It took a while, but it came together. It's still coming along. Still work in progress.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
China Monet, congratulations, guys. I've had an opportunity to see this chick perform and even to be in her presence. And she is such a sweet, humble spirit. I can't believe she's shy because she is so vibrant. However, I definitely understand that often we as public figures are sometimes our public figurism is different
Yeah.
from who we are. So absolutely, definitely understand. So definitely shout out to Ugly Money Niche
Yeah.
and the YSL tour, as well as all of the participants and other featured artists who are out there. So, China Monet, what really inspires you? Where do you get your inspiration to, write music or perform and things of that nature?
Uh, my mom, like her whole side of the family is musical in New Orleans. They do all that
Okay.
over there, and but she never really did nothing with it. So it's like I can sing a little bit. I really taught myself how to kick where I'm at, but yeah, she inspired me. I used to love watching Monica. I love Monica. She inspired me. Jennifer Lopez. Like, all the ladies. Yeah. Just really being involved in music, like with my family, and always watching BT, MTV every morning, the videos, like all that inspired
Okay. All right, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
me.
You're on the tour right now. Who is probably your favorite featured artist that's on tour?
I don't know, cause everybody is dope, but
Okay.
I don't know. I just say everybody dope. Man. They got their own way of doing it, so it's just I just love seeing everybody creating this.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when China Monet isn't doing music, what is Chanera doing? Oh, we almost lost you. Yeah, so when China Monet, I was like, what happened? When China Monet isn't doing music and things of that nature, what is Chanera doing?
Being mommy,
You a
yeah,
mom?
yeah,
To a little girl, I believe.
yeah. Little girl, she's just turned 4.
Is she following in mommy's footsteps?
I can see it. I can see it. She's very theater actrical. Like she loves Frozen. Anything with Disney, she can sing it, play it, act it. She's dope. I can see it in her
Okay, all right. So let's break this thing down. What is it like being on tour though, and that baby not with you?
Oh my guys, I think about her every day.
Okay.
I try to call her so she can see my face and stuff. Cause I be crying when I leave her. Cause I leave my baby.
Oh.
Yeah, cause she's so attached to me. So she like
Okay.
every time I leave, she's like, "Mom, you going to work?" Like, yeah, Mom, we gotta go for work. I want to go. One
Okay.
day you'll be able to go.
So who are some of the artists you aspire to collab with?
Um, Monica.
Okay.
Jimmy Aiko.
Yes.
Yeah, Summer Walker. Well, Nikki trying to sit down now, but
Yes,
Megan,
she got a lot going on right now.
Cardi B, and Megan. Yeah.
Okay. Very diverse, very diverse. So all right, as we begin to kind of, wrap up,
Mhm.
talk to us a little bit about what your career development has looked like. Like, what has it looked like from you
Oh
to
my God.
starting to do music and now that you're out there, what is it really like? Because I've heard it gets really stressful.
It is. It's stressful, kind of depressing. But once you start seeing the progress, you be like, okay, this is all
Uh-huh.
the tears and anxiety attacks got me looking like now. But yeah, it was a mess because I was like, at first when I got into it, I wanted help from people that I looked up to, like,
Oh, okay.
but they looked at me like, no, I'm not helping you. You gotta learn on your own. So basically, that's what I
Really?
did. Yeah, I came through a lot of people that like messed me over and stuff, and tried me up. Like I went through hell to get where I'm at right now. So it's an honor. It's grateful.
Okay, okay. Now, as far as career development goes, I know you're on tour right now,
Yeah.
and I know you have a great following, and I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
But China Monet, what's your ultimate goal in the industry, though?
Just to make a bigger platform for us women.
Hmm.
To like, you know, go above and beyond, do whatever. Like I feel like we can do whatever. Cause I've been told that I couldn't, but I've heard a lot of people wrong. So,
Okay, okay, okay. So,
cause
wait, go ahead.
I gotta say yeah, cause I like to cook too. So I actually want a food truck. I went to school for culinary arts in Miami for 3 years. So I got my
Wow,
food service. Yeah, I got my food service management degree, and I have my health administrative degree as well.
China Monet, are you serious? I love it. I love it. And you know what, guys? Listen to what she's saying. China Monet has told us her story without even telling her story. So China Monet not only is an artist, but she's a college grad, she's a mother, and she's out here living the life and living her dream and doing the things that she wanted to do. But if you notice, she had to achieve some stability first. And I think that's what we really have to key in on the fact that do you feel like you could have done all of this if you hadn't have got your ducks in a row up front? And did getting all of those things in order to prepare you for where you are now?
Yeah, it did. It really did. Cause like I was looking for help, and now it's like I never needed that help. The help was already in me, and God,
Woo!
yeah. So if it
Girl, you
wasn't for
better
God, I
tell it.
wouldn't be here.
Wow. So China Monet, let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
You guys can follow me at I am China Monay, and also China Monay on Facebook, and yeah, that's it.
What about YouTube?
Oh yeah, also YouTube China Monay. Everything's China Monay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So China Monet, if you could give any words of wisdom to artists who are like yourself or coming behind you, what would they be?
I would tell them to handle their business first, learn the business first. Like, do your research on everything and don't try to wait for everybody to tell you everything. Try to learn it on your own. So when they come with you with it, you already know what's up. And also, just bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. You know, I'm a risk taker, and that's what I did. I bet on myself, and look where it got me. So, and trust God. Pray, work harder, and pray harder.
Hello, somebody. You better put him all up and through here. Yes. China Monet, thank you so much. You are such a sweet soul. I definitely root for you. And look, shout out to MPR Richie Rich back there. I don't know.
Yeah, Richie Rich.
Shout out to Richie Rich. I hope that you guys are enjoying yourselves. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Shout out to everybody on tour. You know what I'm saying? I see Ty back there. I don't know who else I saw. I saw Ruby
Dion,
Red.
Debo, Dreamy, the whole gang.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Ugly Money Meech right there. Shout out to Nietzsche. Definitely YSL Tour. And I see DJ such and such. And I hope you guys are safe out there. And thank you so
Yes.
much for the interview today. Peace and love, baby. And
Thank you for
until we see
having
you
me.
again, be blessed.
All right, bye.
All right, guys, you just heard from none other than China Monet. And China Monet is out of Georgia, and she is such a dope spirit. She's on tour right now. So definitely, definitely, guys, check her out. She is I am China Monet on Facebook. Now, we are getting ready to bring someone to the table who is definitely a ball of energy. And this individual goes by Ty, the CEO. Now, Ty is an emerging hip hop artist, and she's paving her own way in the world of music. Um, this young lady has formed her own label and some more stuff. So, what we're going to do, we are going to take a little music break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to listen to Ty, the CEO.
Step up in the club, I got the heels up on my feet. You better watch my rap and handle while I'm jugging on the beat. The swag I got was killing it. Shit got up in the streets and vocals do not mean a thing if you can't drop it on the beat. And ain't no need no introduction, just know that I am the Put some respect on that cocaine while I'm in this thing. My time is money, so if you gon' suck, you better make it quick. I'm coming for you, hey, get my spot on, I'ma take that shit. I'ma take that shit. I'm a boss, I'm a boss. Walk up in the room doing boss. I get boss checks, I get boss bricks. Get the money fast and I spend it quick. I'm a boss, I'm a boss. Walk up in the room doing boss. I get boss checks, I get boss bricks. Y'all do what y'all can, and I do what I want. Y'all do what y'all can, and I do what I want. Y'all do what y'all can, and I do what I want. Never been the type of chick to clear a room or up. I let them just talking niggas to it, never gave a I drop my son and then I pick my money up, and that's why what is that it doesn't do, don't switch my money up. I never sold out or switched up in a real since day one. If I say they made me.
Hey! And we are back. And guess what? Since we are back, let me go ahead and bring to you Ty, the CEO. What's up,
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
baby? How you doing?
All right, and you?
I'm great. I'm great. Look, go ahead and tell everybody who Ty, the CEO is.
Um, I'm Todd CEO. I'm human. No, I'm just kidding. Um, I'm an independent artist. Out here on my grind, independent female artist,
That's right.
entrepreneur. Um, I'm a real laid back person. I'm very humble. I get angry sometimes, but I'm a humble person.
Hmm.
But
If you don't fire yourself up, who else gonna do it? Hello, somebody.
right, exactly.
You know, sometimes people take our humility for weakness, so sometimes we gotta let them know.
Right, you right too. Definitely.
So, how did this music career start?
Um, family. I had another cousin who was off into the music way before I was. As coming up as kids, and it just wasn't my thing back then. But he kind of like pushed it on me, so I grew a passion to, fall in love with it and put a grind to it and put a name behind it, and I'm still grinding.
Wow, where do you get your inspiration though?
Um, I know most people say the struggle, but just want more out of life. You know, so many different stories can be told from like living and raised in like the inner cities,
Mm,
basically the ghetto, you know what I mean, coming up poor and stuff like that.
okay.
It's different, it's a lot of different things, just want more out of life. You're seeing so many different friends go down this road, go down that road. Could have ended up down either one of those roads.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you gotta use
Absolutely.
your common sense.
That's it. That and you
Yeah.
spoke a word there, because you know what, common sense is just not so common anymore. And you know what I love about you is that even when I look at your social media,
Uh-huh.
your humility speaks. Even though you know you're posting what you're doing so that people can see your business and your brand, your humility speaks volumes. And I want to salute you for that. Your humility speaks volumes, and your spirit is
Thank
so
you.
warm. And so I'm so glad to have you with me today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about career development. Let's talk about your career development. So, you kind of eased on into the music industry, but what has it been like for you?
Oh man, it's been it's been a long road, a long ride, long road journey. Because being an independent artist is so many different skills and information, different avenues
Mm-hmm.
you got to grasp and you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, and put some type of work to it. But if you're dedicated and you got the energy for that, you know exactly where you're trying to go with it. You just put your mind to it and make them moves. Sometimes it's hard. Don't get me wrong; it's not easy. And I know a lot of people think it's easy. It's on the outside looking in. It's not. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you hail from Grand Rapids.
Yes.
What was it like? Well, first of all, shout out to Michigan. Shout out to my best friend
No doubt. Shout out
Adam.
to Michigan.
And he actually lives in Battle Creek, so I do know a little bit about Michigan.
Okay.
Yep, yep,
Okay.
yep. But tell us what it was like growing up in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Um, I mean, it's like we the second largest city in Michigan.
Okay.
Detroit is the first.
Yeah.
Um, we it's kind of big here, but it's like being growing up in the inner city, it's like everybody know everybody. You know, that four corner perimeter. You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying? And
girl.
you can go to Myers and you can see somebody from the inner city, like, but it wasn't bad. I I got along with a lot of different people from different
Okay.
areas, different neighborhoods, and things like that. I graduated, did a few years of college. I haven't finished college yet, but I'm working towards getting that back, on the on the road. I just been focusing, on building myself as a brand, as a name, and taking advice and good information from the right people. Growing up, taking all the like your elders' advice and
That's
you
it.
know
Yes.
it
Yes.
kind of reflects on you down the line. You don't realize it till like years later, like wow, this is something about this. So I mean I had a good upbringing. Um I was raised in a decent household, manners, morals, chores and stuff, but you know,
Absolutely.
we tend to be hard headed sometimes.
Don't remind me. Don't look. Don't call me out. Don't call me out because I already know what time. But you know what's funny? And Ty, once again, guys, if you guys are just checking in, it's prime time with your girl Lily Mae, formerly known as
Alright.
Sanaj of Sanaj Consulting. And right now, I am chopping it up with Ty, the CEO, artist, the CEO of a record label in the independent industry, and just an all around awesome woman and a woman of great humility, but also a woman of great honor because she really has literally been pulling herself up by the bootstraps. And I salute you for that. I salute you for
All
taking full
right.
responsibility for every aspect of your career. I know you got a dope person behind the scenes working with you. So shout out to
Yeah,
K4
definitely.
Entertainment. He is like, yo, that's my brother. I laugh at him because he always try to put me on the spot. But anytime he got an artist that needs something, I'm like, I got you. So thank you so much for making the connection, for
No doubt.
connecting Ty and I love it. I love it. I love it. But
No
let's
doubt.
bring it back to you. So, did you play any instruments or anything like that in school, or what were you like as a kid?
I was kind of tomboyish, you know. But I wore dresses and things like that. I was in church, you know. Um, I love sports. I played high school basketball for a while, and I kind of wish I didn't, mess that up with the
Okay.
high school. But we all wish we can take things back. But I play basketball, sports. I like I like to get into a lot of different things.
Okay.
I got several hobbies. Like, um, I like to travel. I like creating. You know, like
Hmm.
it's just I don't know. It's hard to explain. It'll take a long time for me to go down a
Look,
list with
look, look.
you.
This is all about you. This is all
Okay.
about you, and I want you to know that on this platform, when you do interviews, everybody want to talk about the secrets and the controversy and all of that. Well, not here. I
Right.
tell people when I invite you into my living room, it's just like coming to Big Mama house on Sunday after church. We're gonna talk
Okay.
about what's going on in our life. We're gonna talk about what's real, but we're gonna talk about it in an inspirational and motivational way. And I know that's what you do through your music, and that's what I'm doing on this platform. So please know that I embrace you. I embrace your music.
All right.
And we definitely want people to know who Ty the CEO is.
Right. That's
So
what's
who are some of the artists that you aspire to work with? Like if you could work with any mainstream artist, who would it be?
up. Right now with the music that's out now, you know what I mean, the genre and the style of music that's out right now. I would love to work with Lil Baby. Um,
Okay.
Definitely Young M.A. I love her music. Um, but I'm really a Yo Gotti listener. I love me some Yo
Hey,
Gotti.
hold up, hold up, hold up,
Yeah.
hold up, hold up. Let me bring it back. Okay, okay. I'm back. I'm
No
back. I
doubt.
promise. I promise I'm be good. I promise I'm be good.
Yeah.
So I
Um,
think so I think those are goals that are definitely attainable.
no doubt, definitely.
Definitely
Definitely gonna try
attainable.
to, put something together and work my
Um,
magic,
hey, that's
You
right.
never
That's
know.
right. And I know that. I know your spirit. I know Capo's spirit, and I know that where two or three are gathered, it's going to
No
happen.
doubt. All
It's
right.
going to happen. So we speak that over you right now. And
All
once, like
right.
I said,
Amen.
when you come
Amen.
on this platform, I tell people all the time, don't get it twisted because, and I'm gonna go ahead and plug it. Thursday night, everybody needs to tune in to All Things Authentic because we're gonna talk about the topic, what is ministry? And what I'm getting ready to say is gonna tell
Uh,
you why this platform exists. Because
okay.
one thing about it, we gotta get out of this thing that you can only minister in a pulpit. And this not all things authentic, so I don't want to take it there. But I just want you to know that when you step on any platform of mine, if you feel like you want to jump up and take off running, that's what you do. Because
I
with two
heard
or three
that.
are gathered, he gonna always be in the midst, no matter how much foolishness we got going on. And
That's what's
so,
up.
yes. So I
That's
know that
what's
you
up.
are there. I know that we are aligned, and I'm so happy. So,
Yes.
Todd, tell everybody what you have going on right now with your music and things of that nature.
Um, I got two singles I just released a couple months ago, Star Trek, and Sky High. Both of them are out on digital streaming platforms right
Uh-huh.
now, like Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer. You can also find the video to both singles on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Um, I'm currently back and forth on the road with Capo, from Michigan to Atlanta doing, showcases, big events, that put me in a position that I need to be in, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I know it. And
Um,
that travel is off the chain.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I also got a chance to audition for the Atlanta Hip Hop Awards, so that's a big thing coming up on the
Shout out
27th.
Atlanta Hip Hop Awards on September 26th. Your girl Lily Mae will be in the
No
building on the
doubt.
red
That's what's
carpet.
up.
Yes.
That's what's
So
up.
you're gonna make sure you find me on make sure I can hold
Yes.
exclusive for all of my platform guests because if it weren't for you guys, there would be no platform. So
All
I'm
right.
thankful. I'm truly thankful and humble. Yes, yes,
No doubt.
yes. Todd,
That's
let
what's up.
everybody know where they can find you on social media.
You can find me on IG at Ty the CEO 616. That's TYEDA_CEO 616. I got a couple fan pages on there too.
Okay.
Um, Tanya Felice Sappho on Facebook.
Okay.
Ty the CEO twice, all capital letters on YouTube.
Okay.
But the streaming platforms, I'm under just Ty the CEO, all one word, TYEDACEO.
Hey. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, so I
man.
gotta correct it. I'm gonna correct that, John, because I need to make sure it's right. Okay.
All right.
Oh, Todd, thank you
No
so much.
doubt.
I really, really, really can see that you are passionate about this thing. And I'm going to tell you something. Your humility is going to take you a long way because you have embraced every opportunity that I can see that was put in front of you. And you're not playing no games. So, guys, follow Ty the CEO. Go follow all of her pages on Instagram. Go subscribe to her YouTube channel and run the views up. Run them
Run
up.
them
Guys,
up, run them
even if you're
up.
not listening to the music,
Hey.
yes. Even if you're not really listening to the music, go to her page and just let the joint play for 3 or 4 minutes. Listen, let me tell you something. People are out there doing that for their people, so we need to do it for ours. And y'all already know what
Yes,
time it is. So, Ty, thank you, thank you, thank
no
you.
doubt.
And until we see each other again, peace and love and blessings to you and your family.
Yeah, thank you as well for the opportunity. I greatly appreciate and enjoy
You're so
conversating with you.
welcome, darling.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Bye.
All right. Guys, that was Ty, the CEO, and she is super duper duper energetic, very humble, but baby, you go check out some of the videos, you're gonna be like, that is not the same person that was on that interview, because she brings it. Now, the third leg in this marathon. So this lady is the most flattering curve on a woman. That is how we're going to describe her. Because she is a lady and she referenced herself as Lady Smiles. And you know, a smile is the most flattering curve on a woman. And I want you to remember and never forget it. But she is an artist, right? She is an artist in her own right. Her story is one of crisis, coping, and creativity. So, from the crisis, she learned to cope, and the creativity was a coping mechanism. So, guys, without further ado, I present to you Lady Smiles. Hey,
Hello.
let it rip. Tell her you are.
Lady Smile is a female artist from Muskegon, Michigan. I'm also a big sister, auntie to, two younger sisters, and just try to be like a role model, for the next generation or anyone that's, looking up to me, and try to be the voice for my community, speaking positivity to the community, and also my life experience and things I went through. You can, hear it through my music and ways I'm trying to come over it, overcome it, or ways I took at it and how it made me feel during the time it was, happening. So
Mm, mhm,
music is like my escape.
mm. So, Lady Smile, I honor you and I salute you today. And I think we got a little bit of feedback because I can turn my other device down. But I definitely salute you today because your story is so magnificent. What I would like to do, I want to handle your interview a little bit differently. I want you to tell your story. And I'm going to sit back, okay? I'm going to sit back and I'm going to let you speak because I know about your accolades. I know the people that you work with. I know who you teamed up with and done some brilliant things. But I want to take a step back and I want to take the interviewer hat off. And I want you to tell your story as only you can do. And I don't care how long it takes, but I want you to walk us through childhood, to Lady Smiles?
Okay. Like I said, I grew up in Muskegon, Michigan. I come from a family of six siblings, the six of us actually. And it's my mama was born with a heart condition, and I have two sisters that also was born with a heart condition. So our family grew up as like a poor family, with dealing with being on welfare to help support us. And then amongst that, with my mom having her heart and her illness, she had her first surgery when I was like in sixth grade. So she always in and out the hospital, and we had family to always step in when she had to go out to have surgery. She had to go to University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, so it wasn't like a local thing. It's like she had to go to a heart specialist. And while growing up, I had an abusive father who we always used to witness had an alcohol problem and a drug abuse. So we was also had to grow up and seeing, my mother and my father relationship being unhealthy and struggles that brought with dealing with his abuse of alcohol and drugs. And my 10th grade year, my mom passed away. When I was in 10th grade, she had four heart surgeries. Seemed like she had one every 2 years, but the last one she had, they gave her 6 months to live. So when she ended up passing away, I ended up staying with my one of my older sisters. We was like 5 years apart, so I was 15 and she was like 20. So she helped raise me, and my I had two younger sisters that was like 8 and 10, and my older sister was like had taken them after my grandma had them for a little bit since she was, they was up in age. So I graduated from school still. I didn't stop. I had my flaws still. I ain't gonna lie. I took drinking and I took to the drugs. It was heavy. Dealing with the stuff with my mom and the stuff having losing her, but I stayed active. I was in the band. I was in the percussion line in my band. Played basketball since I was in fourth grade. I also played softball for the school. So it's like I was an active person out of
Okay.
all the stuff that I was going through. And also that's how I actually started writing. I started with poems, and after the poems, I ended up translated into music when I was like in 10th grade. But it wasn't nothing serious until after I graduated. Then I ended up moving to Lansing in 2008 because the sister that I was living with, she was one of the ones that had the heart condition, and she ended up passing away in 2007. She was 23 years old, passed away, had the same heart condition that my mother had, but she had two heart surgeries. So after that, a year later, my friends that was already in Lansing going to MSU encouraged me to come up there, due to trying to help me get on my feet and keep my mind focused. So I went up there for a while, and I ended up getting my medical assistance through like a one of them like them programs that you can take a year to get. So I got my medical assistant, and then after a while of staying up there, going to school and just working, I was like at a banquet little hotel, being a banquet server. My two younger sisters ended up coming from Arkansas, and they was living with me. And then my older sister that they was living with ended up coming up here because she ended up getting sick. But she didn't have the same heart condition they had. She just had conjunction, I think heart failure they call it. So it's like her heart
Yeah.
rate was
Okay.
below the average that she, I guess that it's supposed to be. So she ended up having to get like a pacemaker, and then also had to have be on like an oxygen tank. And then I ended up moving back to Muskegon in 2013. It was like a pit stop. I was supposed to move to Atlanta, but we ended up moving to Muskegon. And I think it probably was, I can say for everything happened for a reason. Because in 2014, in December, she ended up passing away from her heart condition. She ended up catching like pneumonia and flu, and she couldn't fight it due to her, like I say, her immune and her body was too weak. And then in the midst of doing this, she was a music person, so I know I did my first project with Yandy. I probably went too far, but yeah, she did my first project because me and Yandy got connected on from Love and Hip Hop off of Twitter. We gained a connection from us talking and doing this, and that's when I was doing music. That was probably like back in, I could say 2010, if I am exact. But yeah, she ended up hosting my first mixtape, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Boss. And then after that, I did with Shauna in 2012. Shauna from Chicago, the female rapper that was with DTP. So she did my second one. And then, like I
Absolutely.
say, in the midst of all the stuff was going on, my sister passed in 2014. It's kind of like I was writing and doing stuff, but haven't did nothing lately until now that I'm about to drop my third mixtape called One More Day, and it's hosted by DJ Roots Queen. So it's like I'm trying to make this be a recovery from 2000, I can say 12 until now,
Uh,
since it's been a while that I really been doing music because I say dealing with the deaths and the family issues
yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
that it just I kind of lost my focus and my kind of my motivation at times. But like I said, now I'm working on my upcoming one called One More Day, and it's kind of retouch a little bit and get in more details on basically everything that I say basically happened in my life and how I feel about it and overcame it.
That is super deep. I needed you to put all of this out there because for you, this wasn't about it. It was all about you. Your story touched it touched me, and you don't understand how these artists out here, particularly our female artists, they need to understand that you have absolutely defied all the odds. I mean, I could not imagine losing my parents early on. Losing my mom early on at that. When you were speaking, I was thinking about being born to older parents and losing my dad at 18, but I still had my mom. And hell, I was 18, so I was already out of the house in college. So, but to know that you overcame all of this and you still doing your music, the devil thought he had you, right? But he did not. He did not succeed. And so that smile, girl, that thing is so authentic. That thing is so filled with grace. Absolutely. So, Lady Smiles, first and foremost, I want you to drop pearls of wisdom for everybody out here listening, male and female, who are trying to make it in this industry.
Well, just don't expect anything to be easy, and don't expect everything to be real that you see, and don't expect high expectation from people because even the closest ones and even the finest ones can make you be disappointed. And the best thing to do is always don't depend on anybody, give your all, and don't give up even when things feel hard.
Beautiful. Now tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
But you can find me on Instagram and also Twitter at Lady Smiles 10. And also I have a fan page on Facebook. It's just Lady Smiles. And then I have a music page called zaytownglobal.com/ Lady Smiles 10. And you will see everything that I've been posting.
Absolutely. So I'm excited. I thank you so much for being here. I know that shout out to my big brother Ro and sister Ruth Queen. I know she is just super duper dope and she really does. She loves hard and she supports those that she loves. And so I already know what time it is when you are connected with her. You are connected with nothing but love and greatness. Absolutely. So, Lady Smiles, I thank you so much for being with me today. It has been a dope experience. And I sincerely, like I said, for you, I needed you to be the third leg because you didn't need an interview. All you needed to do was tell your story and everything else. Because once people know your story and they hear your music, that seals the deal. So I thank you so much for being with me today.
You're welcome. I appreciate you for inviting me.
Guys, you heard it from Lady Smiles, and please follow her on all of her platforms. And one thing about it, we are always striving here on Primetime with Sanaj to honor the contributions of all public figures, global influencers, entrepreneurs, business owners, entertainers, what have you. Because when I invite you into my living room, it's all about family. And we always strive to bring you joy, jewels, and justice. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday.